Hey, this is Jake with the UPC. Um, Today we're interviewing TDG. Go ahead and say hi and introduce your team name and stuff.
Uh, Hey, this is TDG, and I am coach of the U Man Times.
UMass Mantines. You cut out a little bit.
And that was Noah.
Hello. I'm the commissioner of the MPC. Jake is a co-commissioner of front office of the UPC. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what we're doing is we're just gonna ask TDG a couple questions just to get to know him a little bit and about him and stuff.
And then,
Um,
what's your username? Is it Diabolic Gift? Or is it?
Yes,
Okay, so I have his
and
replays playing in the background. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right, you can start, Jake.
Okay, so TDG, what are you looking forward to in this league?
Did you hear that?
yes,
Okay.
it was a little bit laggy, but I don't know. I guess I just want to play new people.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
cool.
What's your play style and drafting style
Drafting style. I wouldn't say I have a drafting style. I'd say I just draft like shit. But
like? I mean, that's a style.
honestly, I'm not a good drafter. Um, but to playing, that's different. I think I'm a pretty good player. Definitely, I think I'm a better builder than I am a player, though. I build a lot of heat, and then I just make a game plan. I go with it. It doesn't really matter how I win. I can stall. I don't really care what I do. It's just I need to do to win.
Yeah. Alrighty. Um, what do you think is the most overrated mon in format?
There's a lot of overrated mons in format. Um, One of them that I personally dislike a lot is Registeel. I mean, but I think it's not fun to use.
Fair.
It is setup bait for a lot of things.
That's also true, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Waves, so I just don't like that. And a lot of people act, I think, like it's the best. Like, but sometimes it's tier three, and it's yeah, it's not the best tier three, or it's not the. It might be the best tier four, but I don't like it as my favorite tier four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you. What do you think's the most underrated mon?
Also, a couple of those. I think Mega Gyarados is pretty underrated. Cavalier, pretty underrated. But I think overall, probably Kyurem, just regular Kyurem.
I agree.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. And then its typing isn't even all that bad because you throw in Dragon typing to anything, it's never going to be that bad. It's got great coverage. It got recovery. It's pretty much got everything you need. None of its stats are bad, and everything hard. There's no reason not to draft it. It's like a tier two, really.
I would agree. I don't know about tier
yeah,
two, but it's definitely one of the best tier threes.
yeah,
All
it
right,
is.
I'm gonna take one.
Tier three B. So like when I see that, I'm like, it's closer to tier two than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um,
660 base stats.
yeah, no,
It
it's
doesn't
it's
really matter.
it's pretty crazy. All right, so what do you think you're gonna bring to the league as a player? Um, yeah,
As a player,
hmm
what I'm going to bring to the league,
yeah. Like, are you gonna like if we were to describe like a coach by like only a couple like adjectives, like what would how would we describe you after we see a couple of your games?
PC champion.
All
I
right.
like it. All right. So what's your favorite Pokemon in Draft?
Favorite, I actually like Heatran a lot. I don't necessarily think it's great, but it's probably one of my favorites to use.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really versatile.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good scarfer. I like it as a wall breaker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 130 is like 130 special attack is pretty underrated, and although like waters like kind of wall it, there's some sets that just if you pair it with the right things, they're just unstoppable. Like if you have, let's say, a Cortana, and then there's a Scarfer that wants to use in power fire and just like beat that Cortana, you can go take that hidden power, like Z Sunny Day or something. Spam eruptions, you're never gonna lose, like because it's gonna knock out water types.
Yeah.
And it also has rocks. It has like taunt. It can do anything. It can stall break. It can clean. It can wall break. It pretty much performs every single role.
For sure. I have it on my team. I am not using it to its full potential. So, but I'm glad someone likes it. and then like what's your favorite Pokemon, like personally, like yeah, like aside from like competitive Pokemon, like what's like a Pokemon like you really like love and like can connect to?
Probably a Venonat, actually.
All right, what's the story behind that?
That was my first Pokemon card, and I got into the card game before I got into
nice.
so like and then that was also my first shiny I ever caught in one of the games.
Huh. That's cool.
It's a sign.
I like it. And then a couple more like kind of like non-competitive questions. So what's your favorite main series game?
Well, the first one I played was Pearl, but I would actually have to say I like Heart Gold Soul Silver when it came out because of the new generations. But if like in replay value, I think like if going back now, I would like Black and White 2 the most, just because I like the reusable TMs.
Black and White 2 is great.
I mean, it's all about the TMs too. Like, and it's still a great story. It's still great. It's great and everything. And then when the TMs get used up, then you feel so limited about everything you do.
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorite things about that game, well, there's a couple. First of all, it has like isn't it like the widest selection of Pokemon? Like, of course in a lot of the games, how they're structured, like, you can get a lot of variations of Pokemon like after the main story, but you can get so many different generations, like just in like even like the first two, like routes. You can get like a Mareep, you can get a Railu, like it's crazy. I love how much selection there is in that game. His second favorite, it's great.
A lot.
I think it's one of the, if not the largest, regional decks. I think it's like 350 or something crazy, but yeah. And then my second favorite, oh my god, those tournaments with all those gym leaders were so cool. I spent so much time on those.
Yeah, that was really cool too.
All right, and then I don't know if you've like haven't played any of them or whatever, but do you have a favorite like side series Pokemon game?
Yeah, I played them. I really like the Mystery Dungeon series. I played Pokemon Conquest.
Oh my god, that's my favorite game. I love that game.
That game's awesome. Darmanitan Broken. I like both those games probably the best. Conquest is amazing, but again, Darmanitan's Broken. You never used it, you'd know. And Dungeon's just really fun, especially explorers of like darkness and time and sky.
Yeah, I
The ones are
actually
kind of.
I haven't really played any Mystery Dungeon games actually. Uh, I should
What's
probably
up?
get into those. Who dis?
Yeah,
Dubsy, we're
Uh,
doing an interview.
Dubs.
Shh.
what
Yeah, we're doing an
open?
interview for UPC.
Is there wait? How many slots are open? Is
Oh
this
my
the
God,
last-
Dubsy. So
Dubsy, this is not the time.
I'm muting you for the temporarily. Okay. And then last question. It's not on the thing, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Well, first of all, did you ever watch the Pokemon anime?
Episode.
I was actually gonna ask, what's the best Pokemon movie?
I watched the anime and I watched the movies. I haven't seen every single one, and the movie with Red Rock, Red Ice, Red Steel was the best, just because they were so damn awesome in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
They made them 10 times cooler than they actually are, like in the games, and
I actually
so
have not seen that one. I've not seen very many like Gen 2 and 3.
other than that, but it's not that good. Other than that, but that's just makes it awesome.
For sure.
It makes Red Rock seem like a badass. So.
That's cool. All right. Do you have any other questions, Jake, you want to add?
Nope. I'm good.
All right, cool. All right. Thanks for coming on.
All right, don't mention it.
Thanks, bud.
All right, thanks. Anything you want to like plug, or you got like a YouTube channel or anything that you before we leave?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
All right.
So,
You can just like send me a link after, and I can put it in the description.
Yep.
right, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, is that it? Want to link your Twitter or anything?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So yeah, see you guys next time for another interview for a new coach. Yeah.
Woo. Okay, bye.
Peace.